Welcome back to Sairam Educational Channel, 10th class Science, Lesson 4 Carbon and its Compounds. In the previous two videos, we have seen carbon and its versatile nature of having tetravalency and catenation. Because of that, carbon forms a huge number of compounds. And we have also seen that saturated and unsaturated compounds. We told that saturated means carbon should have all single bonds with different atoms to satisfy its valency, and unsaturated, if it is having less number of atoms, then it is forms a double bonds or triple bonds with the same atom, so they are called unsaturated hydrocarbons. So now we will go to the next one. As we already told initially, the carbon has forms chains, branches, and rings. So if you can see here, formula and structure of the carbon and hydrogen compounds. These are called hydrocarbons. The first one is methane. Formula is CH4, and all hydrogens are attached with the carbon with a single bond. Okay, single bond. So four hydrogens and one carbon. So it is methane. The second one is the ethane, that can be written as CH3CH3. So C three hydrogens and C three hydrogens, and there is a bond between carbon carbon single bond. So these are all carbon carbon single bonds. You can see is go on. We are adding one hydrogen. So these are all straight chain hydrocarbons, and they are alkanes. So now you have here propane, butane, pentane, hexane, like this. But if you can take the same, for example, if I have four carbons, I can arrange two different ways. You can see here, four carbons are attached one to one, like a shake hand. So one, two, three, four carbons in a single structure. In this case, if you can see, the four carbons are not attached one to one, because three only attached in a straight line. One, two, three. At the second carbon, I have one more carbon. So these are called as branchings. These are where we don't have any hydrogens. This is called a skeleton. So whenever they give a name, if you want to write the chemical structure, then you first put a skeleton of the carbons. So all four carbons attached. If they say butane, normal butane, you put like this, or 2-methyl propane, then you have to put like this. So you first write the skeletons. There are two possible skeletons for this butane I have written here. Then you know that each carbon should have valency of 4. You can find out how many bonds it is having. The remaining you can satisfy with hydrogen. For example, if you can see this last carbon having only one bond, so how many still it required? 3 more bonds. So I have given 3 hydrogens, 1 2 3 hydrogens. Clear? So next carbon is here. This carbon is having 1 and 2 bonds already, so it requires 2 more hydrogens. So give one hydrogen, one hydrogen. So like this, each carbon you can give the hydrogens based on the valency to satisfy, that is 4. So these are the two different structures. Both contain same molecular formula, but their structure is different. Later we will know, say that these are, you will be learning in higher classes, that these are called structural isomers. Structural isomers. Isomers are the compounds which will have same molecular formula but different structures. Since the structure is different, their properties will be different. So that's why they are called as structural isomers. It was written also here. You can see this is called structural isomers. In addition to straight and branched carbon chains, we also can have a closed ring of carbons. You can see it is like a ring of carbon. You all made a circle with carbons attached to one. So here each carbon will have two bonds already, you can see. So other two more valences should be satisfied with two more bonds. So you can give for each carbon two hydrogens. You can go through just all 6 carbons, 6 to the 12 hydrogens will be there. These are called cycloalkanes. Since it is a 6 carbon containing cycloalkane, it is called cyclohexane. Similarly, we can also draw a structure. For example, same cycloalkane you can take and put a double bonds such that once you have a double bond between carbon carbon, then one hydrogen only it can have, because the carbon valency should be 4. You should never write more than 4 bonds to a carbon in a stable structure like this. So this is where you have double bonds alternatively. You see, these two carbons are having double bond, then there is no double bond, then double bond. So one single bond, one double bond, single bond, double bond, single bond, double bond. So this is aromatic hydrocarbons. We will be learning in your higher classes, and it is the base unit for aromatic hydrocarbons called benzene. Benzene, C6H6. All these carbon compounds which contain only one carbon and one hydrogen. So they are all called as hydrocarbons. The unsaturated hydrocarbons which contain one or more double bonds are called alkanes. The saturated hydrocarbons which contain all single bonds are called alkanes. And the hydrocarbons which contains carbon-carbon triple bond, they are called as alkynes. So now here it was given, will you be my friend? Carbon seems to be very friendly element, is it not? Because everywhere you have carbon compounds. So the clothes you wear, the chairs where you sit, and your body full of carbon and hydrogen materials. So carbon also forms bonds with other elements. You see, it is a friend of all elements. It can form bonds with hydrogen, it can form bonds with chlorine, bromine, it will form bonds with oxygen. You can see if it is forming bond with halogens, they are called haloalkanes, like chloride ion, bromide ion. If it forms bond with oxygen, they are called alcohol. You can have like alcohols where OH will be there, carbon OH bond, and you have aldehydes, you have CHO bonding to the carbon skeleton, you have keto group, you have carboxylic acid groups. So these are all called as functional groups. These are all called as functional group. For example, if they ask for alcohols, what is the functional group? OH. That means in a hydrocarbon, you just replace a hydrogen by OH, then it becomes alcohol. Similarly, if you have one hydrogen, if you can replace with CHO, these are called aldehydes. If you replace with C double bond O, they are called ketones. Like this, you can have different group of organic compounds where the compounds can be identified by using their functional group, like alcohols, OH, aldehydes, CHO, ketones, CO, and carboxylic acids, COOH groups. Then we come to another important concept in this. We have seen a series of groups of compounds. Like alkanes, I have CH4. First one carbon containing alkane is CH4. Two carbons containing alkane is C2H6. What is the difference between these two with respect to the molecular formula? If you can see, this and this is differ by a CH2 unit, one CH2 unit. And the next one, if you can go, C3H8, that is the propane, correct? So 3 carbons, 3n, 2 into n plus 2, that is the molecular formula I already told you previously. So if you can see here, carbon, if it is having n hydrogens, carbons are n, then hydrogens will be 2n plus 2. If I have 2n plus 2 hydrogens, these are alkanes. If you put n equal to 1, this is C, and hydrogens will be 4 if n is 1, correct? So if n equal to 2, then hydrogens will be 6 as per this formula. You can find out 2 to the 4 plus 2, 6. And if hydrogens are 3, then you will have C3 and H6 plus 2, 8. C3 and H8. So like this, you will be getting a series of alkanes. If you can compare these two series, in the series, these two compounds, if you take one is methane and there is ethane, the difference in molecular formula is 1 CH2 unit. 1 CH2 unit. Is it not? So if you compare the next to next, these two also you have 1 CH2 unit is the difference. 1 CH2 unit difference. So all these are called a group of compounds, a series of compounds in which each one differ with its next or before compound by SEH2 units. They are called as homologous series. They are called as homologous series. So these are called as homologous series. So the chains which you are getting all the compounds in a particular group, they all differ by 1 CH units, and they all will have similar properties. They are all similar compounds. Their nature will be similar, but there is small differences. So they are called homologous series. These are alkane homologous series, what we discussed now. And you have like this alcohol homologous series, that is CH3OH. For example, if I take one hydrogen, you remove and write, for example, I have CH4 previously. If I remove one hydrogen and write OH, then it becomes alcohol, CH3OH. It is alcohol. That is methanol, first one. Next one, you take C2H6 and remove one hydrogen and write OH, then it becomes C2H5, because H6 I am removing one, so H5, then OH. So this is called as ethanol. So methanol, ethanol, propanol, like this you can continue the series of alcohols once again. If you can see, carbons are 3 and hydrogens are 8, so you remove one hydrogen, then you become 7 and replace instead of hydrogen one OH functional group. So these are all alcohols. If I take these two, the difference is 1 CH unit same, and if I consider these two, the CH2 unit only differs. So these are all called also homologous series. So alcohols one homologous series, alkanes one homologous series. So like that you will be having different homologous series. Like alkenes, alkynes, all these they differ from its previous or next compound by one CH2 unit, then they are called as homologous series. Sometimes with respect to the molecular weight, we can say they are 14 molecular weight difference will be there. They are all called homologous series, because carbon is 12 and one hydrogen is 1 each. So total 2 units plus carbon 12 together it is CH4 14 units difference. They are all called as homologous series. So you can find out like this several homologous series for even alkanes, alkenes and alkynes. Okay, so this is the way we can able to understand this. In the next class we will try to learn about carbon and its compounds. Thank you. See you once again.